Well, good morning. This part of the video is for a friend of mine, Scott Cairns. Scott is a wonderful guy. He's a pastor. He's a great humanitarian, friend of all kinds of people. Anyway, he is also a brazier. He makes coffee, and he makes it very well. And Scott, this is for you because I've graduated. When I first started camping, it was instant coffee, which was terrible. I tried buying coffee at the campsites, and that was never any good. And then you may recall that I made White Castle coffee in a percolator, but I have graduated. This morning I'll be using my new coffee press. French, of course. And it is French because I'm in Canada. Get it? French, Canadian. I don't think that's where that came from, but anyway. I also have fresh coffee beans. Java Delight. You're probably laughing. There's probably better brands, but I'm out in the woods. Everything tastes great. So in order to have, check these out. Look at that. Beans. Smell it. You can, well, you get the idea. But in order to really do this right, one must have a coffee grinder. And a crank. Need to get some water going. This is fresh, clean water imported from the United States, from our tap at home. Good old St. Louis water. Tastes great. Get that going, and I'll be right back. And we're back. I've got my coffee just at the right boil, and I've turned it off. My grounds are beautiful. You just take the top off of this coffee grinder. You can see it's got ceramic teeth in there. And them trucker boys going by on the highway. Ceramic teeth in there, easy to clean, stay sharp. And oh, do they make beautiful coffee grounds. You can see that, smell that. Java Delight. People are going to start calling me that. It's no longer Tim Hancock, it's Java Delight. Anyway, probably edit that out. At this point, you just pour them babies right there in the old pot and give it a stir. And it looks just awful. This is the way the old cowboys used to drink it, just like this. They were kind of stupid. The French came along and said, let's clean this mess up. At this point, I just put this in here like so. Hold it down. And in about 3 minutes, I'll be back. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes, and it's time to go to press. Now, if you just sink the plunger, it'll hit the trees up there. So what I want to do is just slowly bring it down at a very steady rate. It takes a while. Meanwhile, I'll tell you about this grinder. This does have an adjustable grinding mechanism where you can just dial it in for fine if you're using a coffee maker, or you can dial it into coarse, which is what I've done for using a coffee press, which I'm pressing right now. I keep hearing things in the woods. They warned me not to ride the motorcycle at night because there's moose on the road. Tim versus Bullwinkle. I don't think that would work out so good. Ooh, I can smell this coffee. Oh, hello, Mr. Squirrel. It's dramatic, isn't it? Nice and slow. Don't want to rush these things, you know. I learned that patience stuff from that Mr. Cairns guy. All right, she's all the way down. At this point, I can pour. Ah, has a good color, wonderful aroma, and I got 3 cups of this wonderful stuff. To Scott Cairns and his orchestra, bottoms up. That's good. Thank you, Scott. See you around the old barn.
Like I said before, I like to eat local, and I don't think it gets any more local than this. This is a terrific little place called Twilight Taters. And as hazardous as it might look to you, the guy made some terrific blueberry pancakes and told me his life story. It was worth stopping in, and I'd go there again. My plan for the rest of the day was to take it easy, ride slow, and enjoy the beauty of Canada, stopping at every scenic overlook I could find. This spot was just down the road from Twilight Taters. That's the Trans-Canada Highway in the background, and just beyond that is Lake Superior.
Well, good morning. This is the first time I've had a chance to do a video diary since the trip began. I left Saturday morning and I rode all day long, almost 12 hours to get to Dodgeville, Wisconsin. I camped at Tom's Campground, which was very comfortable. Not a lot of people there, just a wonderful view on top of the low rolling hills of Wisconsin. A little traffic going by here. Then I rode to some of my brethren out there. Then I rode up to Manitowoc, Wisconsin, and grabbed the Badger Ferry. And the first 2/3 of the trip were just nice out on the Lake Michigan. And I sat on the deck and read a book, and it was terrific. But then we were overtaken by a wicked storm. And by the time we got to Ludington, it was pouring down rain and lightning. So I stayed at a place called the Stearns Motel that night. Next morning I got up, I rode up the coastline of Michigan, and just every little town along the way, all the power was out. It was hard to find a gas station that was open that could pump gas because of the power outages, but trees were laid down everywhere, and it was pretty wicked. But managed to get one gas station that was open, kept moving, went up to Mackinac City, up to Sault Ste. Marie, and crossed into Canada last night. And I stayed at Pancake Bay. It was a little cool, but comfortable. You know, I brought the army blanket along, and that was a lifesaver. All along the way, I've met some very, very nice people. I really wasn't sure how Americans were going to be, how people would feel about us. But one-on-one, just like in the States, everybody gets along pretty well. And had a nice little family across from me. The kids kept coming over, asking questions about the bike and all this kind of good stuff. But
Completed in 1962, the Trans-Canada Highway is a federal provincial highway system that travels from coast to coast through all 10 provinces of Canada. I took to the highway at Sault Ste. Marie and rode all the way to Thunder Bay. Between the 2 points, the road frequently runs parallel to the north coast of the Great Lake Superior on one side and forested granite mountains on the other. The scenery is both majestic and unspoiled. It's just God showing off. The population along the route, although sparse, were a warm and friendly mixed breed. To listen to the media these days, you'd think Americans are disliked around the world. I found this notion to be entirely untrue among the people I met along the way. People of all stripes seemed to be genuinely interested to know where I was from and where I was headed. I like these people and enjoyed my time with them. For the next 9 minutes or so, I'm just going to roll through some footage of some of the best scenery from my trip along the Trans-Canadian Highway. I hope you enjoy it.
I'm gonna rent myself a house in the shade of the freeway. Gonna pack my lunch in the morning and go to work each day. And when the evening rolls around, I'll go on home and lay my body down. When the morning light comes streaming in, I'll get up and do it again. Amen. Say it again. Amen. I wanna know what became of the changes we waited for love to bring. Were they only the fitful dreams of some greater awakening? I've been aware of the time going by. They say in the end it's the wink of an eye. And when the morning light comes streaming in, you'll get up and do it again. Amen. Caught between the longing for love and the struggle for the legal tender, where the sirens sing and the church bells ring and the junk man pounds his fender, where the veterans dream of the fight, fast asleep at the traffic light, and the children solemnly wait for the ice cream vendor. Out into the cool of the evening strolls the pretender. He knows that all his hopes and dreams begin and end there. bearing their dreams sail out of sight. I'm gonna find myself a girl who can show me what laughter means, and we'll fill in the missing colors in each other's paint by number dreams. And then we'll put our dark glasses on, and we'll make love until our strength is gone. And when the morning light comes streaming in, we'll get up and do it again. Get it up again. I'm gonna be a happy idiot and struggle for the legal tender, where the elves take aim and lay their claim to the heart and the soul of the spender, and believe in whatever may lie in those things that money can buy. Oh, true love Are you there? Say a prayer for the pretender who started out so young and strong, only to surrender. Say a prayer for the pretender. Are you there for the pretender? Say a prayer for the pretender.
My second night in Canada was spent at a place called Sleeping Giant State Park. As you can see by the picture, there's a reason they call it that. Just offshore from the campground was an island that looked like a giant sleeping on his back. After a fantastic day of riding Canadian roads and talking to local strangers, it's just me and a hot meal sitting around a warm fire. Life is good. You know, one of the tricks of camping is to be able to get everything back into its stuff sack so that you can load it up and go. I found that the better equipment that you purchase, the better this operation goes. Everything worked as advertised.
Desperate and broken, the sound of a fight. Father has spoken. In defense